Howdy everyone, Eric Leamy here, yet you're watching another episode and video of my secondary YouTube channel and vlog in which I present to you all my sentimental thoughts come from my heart and my soul, and my mental oddball shenanigans come from my mind and brain. This is EML77 TV, episode 815. Now, I did upload 815 before, but whatever was this bonehead here was looking at his Pinterest, and I found out there was another match added to the card that I did not know about. And it's another Raw matchup, so I had to do this thing all over again. I do apologize to you all. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens now, because another tag team match has been added to the card. So we're going to get right to the picks and predictions. Right now, PTW Wrestling Predictions, WWE Payback 20. Ta-da! Here it is. Now the match has been added. The Mysterios, Ray and Dominic, to team up against Rollins and Murphy once again. That match was happening on Raw, but unfortunately Retribution got involved. So, more on that. So let's read down the card before we continue on. Now, the matches in red are the Raw matches, and the matches in blue are the SmackDown matches. The matches in black are inter-brand matches. In this case, the Women's Tag Team title on the line. Sasha Banks and Bayley from SmackDown as Women's Tag Team Champions. Bayley, those straps, she still got the SmackDown Women's Championship when Banks lost the Raw Women's title to Asuka. They will defend the Women's Tag Team titles against a very unlikely team of Nia Jax, the Irresistible Force, and the Queen of Spades, and 1/4 of the MMA 4-horsewoman, Shayna Baszler. On the Raw side, the United States title on the line, Apollo Crews to defend against the heavy of the Hurt Business, that would be the almighty Bobby Lashley. And like I said before, a new match has been added, the father-son team of Rey and Dominic Mysterio to face the team of Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. Keith Lee to go one-on-one with Randy Orton. That could be WWE title implications between those two gentlemen. On SmackDown, Matt Riddle going one-on-one with King Corbin. Big E going one-on-one with Sheamus, and the Universal title will be on the line in a no-holds-barred triple threat match as Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, will defend the title against the Monster, Braun Strowman, and the Big Dog, Roman Reigns. Now let's get to the picks and predictions. Before I do get to the picks and predictions, the PTW Wrestling Predictions, a lot of questions are going to need to be answered. Now, Retribution did not show up for SmackDown or SummerSlam, and they never showed up on the NXT program since they started wreaking havoc on SmackDown. So this is going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen tomorrow night on Payback. And what about the Intercontinental title situation now that Sami Zayn is back with his title? I could make a very, very awesome suggestion here. I could make a suggestion. AJ Styles has a legit gripe of how Jeff Hardy beat him. Jeff Hardy is the champion, though. Referee's decision is final. Sami Zayn has a legit gripe that he did not lose the Intercontinental title. He had to relinquish it because he was unable to compete. So, I suggest that all three of these gentlemen go at it in a triple threat ladder match, hang both the Intercontinental titles, the Sami Zayn and Jeff Hardy's titles, and whoever comes down with both titles will be known as the undisputed Intercontinental Champion. My idea, just saying. Alright? And what about Asuka? Who is Asuka going to issue an open challenge for anybody for the Raw Women's Championship? Who knows for sure. What about the tag team titles on both sides? Who are the Street Profits going to defend them against? Will Garza and Andrade get a second shot at them? Will the Viking Raiders jump in on this? I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see what happens in that situation. SmackDown tag titles as well. Will the Lucha House Party get their shot and finally get their redemption? We don't know. That's another thing that, because they have not mentioned those yet. Lucha House Party's been on a little bit of dissension. Will Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss try to go at it finally? We'll find out where that heck is going. Is Drew McIntyre okay and ready to compete? We don't know. That's another thing that he got punched in the head by Randy Orton 3 times. I would not be surprised if Drew McIntyre, the champ, come out full of P&V and went after Orton again. Who knows for sure? So, a lot of questions still need to be answered. Will Retribution show up tomorrow night? Okay, so here's the deal. The Women's Tag Team Championship matchup. I think you see the way Banks has been acting towards Bayley as of late, and and Banks is trying to hide her love for Bayley, and I think she wants him to SmackDown. I think Sasha Banks is only the SmackDown Women's Championship away from achieving a Grand Slam championship. Sasha Banks has been she was the NXT Women's Champion when she made her debut on Raw 6 years ago. She won the Raw Women's Championship there, and she's a current Tag Team Champion. So SmackDown Women's Championship. I would not be surprised if Bayley and Banks loses the title. I think that's what's going to happen. I think what you're going to see, I don't know if you're going to allow this feud to go all the way till next year's WrestleMania or until Survivor Series. I don't know for sure. But I think the unlikely team of Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler will walk out the Tag Team Champions. That's what I'm thinking. The Women's Tag Team Champions will have new champions in Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. All right, now, Apollo Crews and Lashley. Here's an interesting situation upon that matchup. Apollo Crews has aligned himself with Ricochet, Ali, and Cedric Alexander. It seems like Cedric Alexander has been left out of a six-man tag. Now, a little seeds have been sown. Will Alexander jump over to the Hurt Business and join forces with Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley and MVP? If that's the case, will we see Crews lose the title and have Alexander cost him the championship? Or will Cedric Alexander focus on trying to get the 24/7 title away from Kara Tozawa? That's another thing that we have to worry about is the 24/7 championship. You never know what's going to happen in that one. In that situation, Tozawa is the current champion. R-Truth will try to go for his 39th 24/7 title and then possibly 40th. You never know for sure. But in this matchup here, I think Apollo Crews is going to retain unless Cedric Alexander does something to cost Crews. In my personal opinion, I think Crews will retain. He'll find a way to outsmart Lashley. All right, now, this match happened on Raw, but Retribution interrupted that. So, Rey and Dominic Mysterio versus Rollins and Murphy. This is a grudge match. It's been going on since the springtime. I'm going to go with the Mysterios in this one. The Mysterios are going to win this one. This time around. Unless Retribution gets involved again, and then will they be working for Rollins and Murphy? I don't know. This is something. That's another question to be asked. Rollins was smiling when Retribution attacked the Mysterios, so something's going on. Keith Lee versus Randy Orton. The match happened on Raw, but Drew McIntyre threw that match out. Keith Lee's going to win this time. I think Keith Lee's going to pull an upset and beat Randy Orton. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. All right, Matt Riddle versus King Corbin. I'm picking Riddle over Corbin on this one. Matt Riddle is too good. Matt Riddle is too good. That's who I'm picking. Big E versus Sheamus. I'm going to pick Big E. Big E is on quite a roll here. Big E is on quite a roll. I think he's got the momentum. Got the pin this past Friday night. I think the momentum's on Big E's side. That's why I am going for Big E. Okay, and I'm going the Universal title match. Wyatt, the Fiend Bray Wyatt, the Monster Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns. Reigns is walking out with the gold. And you know what I'm thinking? Down the road, Roman Reigns, Big E could have a feud. And you might see Big E as the new popular face. You never know. A lot of people are liking the new Roman Reigns. Now, Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman. That is huge in a way. The question is, how does Brock Lesnar feel about this? That's what I want to know. And I'm sure Brock Lesnar, he probably is not too happy. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Brock Lesnar's situation. And I know we're still in the middle of a pandemic. Maybe Brock Lesnar does not want to go out and risk himself. I don't know. He wants to be with his wife, Sable. I don't know. So, I think Roman Reigns could be the Paul Heyman guy. And you're aligning yourself with Paul Heyman, that's a big thing for you. And he's worked wonders for Lesnar, so we'll see what happens. So, once again, 7 matches on the card. 6 Raw, 6 SmackDown, 1 Inter-branded. The women's tag team titles, Bayley and Banks to defend against Jackson Baszler. I picked Jackson Baszler to win. The tag team titles, Cruz and Lashley for the United States title. I picked Apollo Cruz to retain. The Mysterios, Ray and Dominic versus Rollins and Murphy. I picked the Mysterios to win. Keith Lee versus Randy Orton. I picked Lee over Orton. Matt Riddle versus King Corbin. I picked Riddle over Corbin. Big E versus Sheamus. Big E over Sheamus. Universal title. A no-holds-barred triple threat. Wyatt versus Strowman versus Reigns. I picked Reigns to become the Universal Champ once again. Roman Reigns has basically done it all, and with Paul Heyman in his corner, that's going to make him even more dangerous than ever before. I'm telling you, Paul Heyman makes men very, very dangerous. Look at what Brock Lesnar's been doing. You know, he once was known as Paul Lee Dangerously. Now, come on. I'm coughing up some crazy stuff here. So that's tomorrow night. So I did not know this match was going to be the Mysterios Rollins Murphy. That's like a tag team rematch, which is going to be a kickoff match. I'm predicting that Cruz and Lashley will probably be the kickoff match. We never know for sure. But there are 7 matches on the card. These are who I pick to win. What's going to happen tomorrow night on Payback? I don't know. Is Retribution going to show up? I don't know. Will the Intercontinental title be on the line? I don't know. I do not know. All I know is there's a lot going on. I'll probably watch. I'm going to watch the pay-per-view to see what happens, and it's going to be a crazy, crazy deal. And I'm hoping that we'll find out who will walk out the victor in these matches that I just mentioned. Now, AEW has an event called All Out September 5th, where the world title on the line, Jon Moxley, the champ, will defend the title against Maxwell Jacob Friedman. But Jon Moxley knows how to outsmart MJF. I just love it when MJF gets young punk kid with the ridiculous Rocky Maivia wannabe haircut. He looks like a dope. He's a joke. He's a dork. And I'm MJF. I'm better. You know. He has the bootleg Joe Manganiello. Wardlow as his bodyguard. He's got this stupid lawyer who's probably the stupidest person on the planet. He looks stupid. Smart Mark Sterling. You gotta be kidding me. He looks like a goonball alien, man. I'm gonna tell you. I usually never talk about AEW, but why not talk AEW? What a dope this MJF and his. Even though the girl's kind of cute, but she's got that forced smile. She's like, and she kind of looks like Jessica Mendoza. I don't know. Mendoza, you could put to sleep. I'm dozing off. Anyways, and Maxwell Jacob Friedman, there's one thing you do not do is talk about the man's wife. Just ask The Miz. Just ask The Miz what happened when you mess around with Jon Moxley's wife. You get a slap across the face. And I would not be surprised if she ends up showing up in AEW to support her husband and basically slaps the taste out of Maxwell Jacob Friedman's mouth. And you know what? And they gave her a nice send-off. Everybody's saying they'll miss her. And you know what? It's, we're going to miss Renee Young. Back as Renee Paquette. And I know they all know that she's going to land somewhere. And we miss Renee. And she was one of a kind. Renee Paquette, a.k.a. Renee Young, Renee Ambrose, Renee Good, just whatever. We're going to miss her. But MJF, you don't talk about Renee and, I'll tell you a little hot wife and I'm single. What? You don't do that, Freeman. I would have grabbed the lawyer first and said, if he talks about my wife again, I'm knocking him out. That's what. If I was in Jon Moxley's shoes, I would have grabbed. And Jon Moxley's going to take his anger out on the lawyer. And you know what? And MJF's stupid. If you don't know Jon Moxley, Moxley's been a veteran of the Ring Wars. He can beat you in any moves. He can hit you with the original Dirty Deed, the 1%er move that EC3 has pulled up. I mean, seriously, Maxwell Jacob Friedman is a dope. And Chris Jericho's pretty entertaining on the mic still. And he's still entertaining on the mic, which is even great. But the one guy in the independent scene that should be on TV is Danhausen. That guy is funny. That guy's like, yes, this Danhausen. Yes, this Danhausen. Yes, all very nice. Cold Stone. And, you know, Danhausen's but he's got to brush up in his wrestling history because he disrespected Andre the Giant, man. You don't do that. But even though the man's dead, he's been dead since '93. Dude, if he was still alive, he would have choked Danhausen, threw him in the 10th row or something like that. But, dude, don't disrespect Andre the Giant, man. You know, call him a menace and all. Like Stone Cold, Rock the Dwayne Johnson. He always, he's supposed to become some kind of evil demon or something like that. Well, he's just this goofy guy in war paint and does the Pee Wee Herman dance for tequila. And he's funny though, but he is a very entertaining guy. He's funny. He can do moves. And yes, it's Danhausen. Yes, and does all sorts of crazy things. And has he acts like a noble rich person, which is totally hilarious. I like him. And yeah, he's got his own YouTube video. Check him out. I think it's called Love That Danhausen. So if you're a Danhausen fan, I suggest you subscribe to him and his videos. Yes. Yes, I want to thank that Eric Lima fellow for giving me a shout out. Yes, and the EML77 TV and the NTV guy, the goofy guy with glasses, who's got championship belts in his dungeon. I like Danhausen. Yes, Danhausen. He's hilarious. I love Danhausen. So Danhausen's a funny dude ever. So I'm kind of looking forward to some of his videos. Love that Danhausen. Yes, this is Danhausen. That's my Danhausen impression. Anyways, yeah. So a lot of questions are going to be answered tomorrow night on WWE Payback. Watch the pay-per-view. You have the network. Tune in. If you don't have the network, well, why don't you subscribe? Go out and buy the WWE Network gift card. Come back home. Go in the computer. Log in. Put in the code. Boom. You got it. You got the WWE Payback 2020 WWE Thunderdome in Amway Center. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you tune in, and I'm going to tune in and watch to see what's going on there. I have not registered for the Thunderdome. Maybe I should, and I don't know. Just a once in a lifetime opportunity. All right, then I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you guys wonderful evening. 4:46 p.m. August the 29th, 2020, as we winding down August, folks. We're going into September. Because we're going to go into September, man. And we don't know how much of the hot weather we're going to have left. And the cold weather could be setting in soon. The fall. It's going to make for a more interesting situation when it comes to the pandemic we're in. This is going to be the most unique holiday season that we're about to embark upon. So, and we don't know if the WEML-TV Festival is actually happening this year. Even because, according to Mike Sylvia, the president of the festival, it has been postponed until after September, according to what the governor wants at all the events. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens if we do have the festival. If we don't, this could be the biggest bummer of the summer ever. And if not, and if it has not been already, I mean, we've too much stuff going on. But we will see. So, so there's that. Alrighty then, PTW Wrestling Predictions, WWE Payback 2020 has been complete. Episode 815 redone once again. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I will see you on the next episode. Alright, episode 816. What am I going to talk about then? Who knows for sure. I may need another haircut. We will see. Alright, peace. Have a great and wonderful day.